Because Jesus' teachings, if you follow the path of love, which is just what he said, love others, forgive enemies, and love God above all others. That's all that Jesus really said. That was a real shortcut to finding God that he's given us. Absolutely fantastic. Well, they couldn't let that continue. So did they tell you in the Bible how to find God? No, they didn't. In fact, what they did is, over the years, they have watered down and diluted the message. And they've done things like, for example, in the original Greek, if you've got if you remember the term faith, hope and charity, well, which is in the King James Authorised Version, in the Greek, it would be more faithfully translated as faith, hope and love. Okay, so what the powers that be have done, they've been dickering around with the words in the Bible to actually distance it from what the actual messages were. All right, and you can see what's happened in the church since then, can't you? You can see that it's not going along the path that Jesus wanted, because Jesus said, you know, love your neighbours, forgive your enemies, and love God above all others. Okay? So now if you do that, you will find the kingdom of heaven. And Jesus said that if you do that, if you start doing that, then you will have love grow in your heart, and you'll get more and more, and you'll fill up with love and joy. That's what Jesus said. And that's what happens. That's how it works. That's all. You don't have to you don't have to be told that you're a really evil sinner. You don't have to be told that you've got to give your money away and follow orders and do this, that and something else. And it certainly doesn't say that you've got to take part in mock blood sacrifices and so that the messenger of God, who's Jesus, who's a messenger telling us how to find God, where his body is torn into bits and given to people to eat and to drink his blood. Well, they do it symbolically. What's that got to do with love? It's nothing at all. It's perverse. It's evil, in fact, I find. In fact, they say that the black mass is based on the Christian mass, but actually I am really seriously wondering whether it's the other way round. And if you don't believe me about that, then what's the symbol for the symbol for Christianity when it started off was fishes. And it's fishes, you know, and Jesus was talking about love. But what have they turned his teaching into? They talk about blood, on Jesus' blood, on Jesus' name, on Jesus' sacrifice. No, not at all. He was calling us to God. Love, joy. The church has been hijacked by these people. And as I said, it was saying about the symbol for Christianity was the fish, but they turned it into the cross. The cross. A vile instrument of execution and torture. Where's the love in that? It's totally unnecessary. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to say about love and joy. It is there for all of us. Anyone can take it. And it's in the Bible. Jesus told us how to find it. But the trouble is that there's all this other stuff in the Bible as well. And then what they've done over the years, they've translated words to get away from their meanings. And in fact, what I can recommend to you, if anyone's interested, is to go back to this translation here, the translation of the Bible by William Tyndale, who translated it, and the King James Authorised Version is in fact based on it, but a lot of the words have been changed to distance people from what was written in the original Greek. There's little things like, for example, in the original Greek you had words like congregation, which was translated into church. These slight little changes just take away the message. So, by all means, read the Bible. But the thing is, you need to discriminate. You need to find out, what's authentic and what isn't, because it's so full of stuff of control and everything, and to divert you. One interesting thing, actually, thinking about it, is when the early Christians were followers of the way, following the path to Jesus, then it was all very important about what was in the heart, what you feel down here, love and everything. But as soon as they turned to Christianity and they focused on the Bible as a document, then they became the people of the book. So beforehand they were followers of the way, seeking to, love in their heart, to grow the love in their hearts, and to find God through love and the feeling of love. I mean, how do you expect the God of love to speak to you? In words? Of course not. The God of love speaks in love. No other language. No other language at all for the God of love. Love and joy. Yes. Not words. In fact, as far as words are concerned, in the Bible, as far as words are concerned, then we're starting to get on dodgy ground, because we're starting to... Who's the prince of words? Of the intellect? It's Lucifer, the light bringer. The cold, harsh, white light of intellect, causing the black shadows of suffering and despair. The bringer of contention, argument, discord. That's what Lucifer's good at, and that's what happened, and that's the opening that was made when the Bible was created. In one way it was a blessing, because they had to include some of Jesus's words in the Bible to get agreement at the Council of Nicaea for it to come down to us. And it being Holy Scripture, it resonates in our hearts, and that is what drags us into the church. But they changed it all. They changed it into, hey, you read the Bible, you understand the words with your head, and there's contradictions in there. So how on earth can you find God through your head and contradictions? Impossible. That's why you need to just drop all of the other crap and just follow what Jesus said and find love and joy and find the kingdom of heaven now. Not work like, not bow your head and work like a slave all your life until you die, and then with luck you'll be forgiven, because God can forgive all things, and it won't, and all this stuff about God being some kind of power crazed freak full of power and full of glory, and up in heaven and surrounded by 24 elders chucking their crowns on the ground saying, oh, you're great, you're forever. No, you haven't got that. Not with the God of love. You're so full of love and joy, there's no room for anything else. Don't take all of... You really need to be careful when you read the Bible, because it's not just got the words of Jesus in it, but it's got so much other stuff as well. And when it starts talking about a God, that's in power and glory, and he's got all these strange animals around him that are full of eyes and watching you and seeing what's going on and everything. No. That's not God. That's not God at all. God's love and joy. And that's it. Love and joy to you all. And it's been lovely to speak. And thank you very much.